There's a lot of opportunity in business I've discovered by being curious.
It is so much fun because it's quiet. It's almost like you're flying or something. I mean, it's
Always looking around for, okay, what's the next thing gonna be? What's the next opportunity? I hated to sit for a half hour and wait while somebody detailed my car. I always wash my car at home and driveway. But then I see this express car wash. So I go in. It was a great experience. And the fact that it can be delivered consistently every time, that was really astounding. So I started putting this together. I'm like, okay, subscription model, so recurring revenue. A lot of it was cashless. You had a lot of credit cards. Free vacuums. Who doesn't like free vacuums? You could just do it fast. You didn't have to wait for a half hour. I started meeting people all over. People were really friendly. Car wash owners said, oh yeah, come down and visit my car wash. And so I would go down and visit car washes and start talking to architects and started getting the numbers on car washes. And the more information I gathered, the more I felt like this is too good to be true. After high school, I went to college because everybody was going to college. I hated school. And that lasted for about 4 months. And I was like, I am out of here. And I moved down to LA and hired on with some company, a commercial construction company. I bought a lot and built a home, did all the work myself, put it on the market, it sold, bought another lot, put it on the market, it sold. I did it like 4 times. So this guy came to me one day and he said, hey, there's a bank that has 60 home sites, has this piece of land, and they need to get it off their books by a certain date. So I said, I don't really know about production home building, but I'm always game to, learn. So my brother-in-law, who's my partner, Todd Bender, he came on to handle the marketing. We started out like 5 homes a year, 20 homes a year. We ultimately scaled it up to where we were doing about 250 homes a year. To scale at the rate we did, we had to have systems. Like I really had to work hard on myself to back off. I was just forced to learn to start trusting other people. I'm always coming up with these really wild ideas and my team is getting a little callous to them. Walked in and I said, hey, what do you guys think of doing car washes? And everybody laughed at me. They were like, no, come on.
And then he started listing off all of the wonderful things there are about car washes and all of the overlaps that we had with our existing operations and how it could translate into success with the car wash. And I just, from right then and there, it went from laughing and joking about this silly potential notion of a car wash to within 5 minutes, he had me convinced.
If we're gonna go through the headache of one, let's do what we do. Let's systematize it and let's scale up. Let's do a bunch of them.
Site selection, the location, is something that we've done really well at. I like to say that the brand stands alone, but each site also has to stand alone and operate. Each site really needs to perform at its highest, as if it were a single standalone site.
We're looking for an area we could do multiples and found Las Vegas. There really wasn't much of an express exterior presence. People will say, you live in Las Vegas? Like, how can you live in Las Vegas? I could never live in a city like that. Outside of the Strip, there's this whole world that most people don't see. We knew that we had to have a brand that could project predictability and a consistent experience. And so we knew that we had to have equipment that was substantial. If we put wow on our car wash as a brand and people don't say wow when they arrive, we failed.
What makes Wow Car Wash the best car wash in Las Vegas? It's the team members. It's the greeting at the welcome station. It's the inviting as you're bringing them into the tunnel. It's if they have a question on site, they come into the office or in the lot with the vacuums. It's that we're guest service focused, that we want the guest experience to be not just average, but we want it to be wow,
When you're at the welcome station, you're the face of the company. Like, you don't know, I can never talk to this person again. They can be having the worst day of their life and you can literally change that person's mood from 0 to 100.
One thing that we're looking for is happy people. because we want our guests to be happy. Starting with the right people and then putting them in the right spots, I believe any operator can be successful.
I don't plan on leaving anytime soon because I know I have a lot of potential within myself, and I know WOW has a lot of potential.
You need to stay current. So I would say that curiosity really helps with that.
We're up to 5 current sites with the 6th one under construction, and we've been very blessed, very fortunate as a growing company, the response we've had from the community. And, you know, I ask a family member, how many cars do you think we wash in a day? And they'll give me a number, and, you know, we far exceed that number.
We've created a fantastic culture. Team members come on board and they start working. You can just see this aliveness. Their eyes start to sparkle, their language changes, they just become very engaged. That has been the most rewarding aspect of this business. I would say it eclipses everything, finances, everything, just because you're making a change in people's lives, and you're seeing these people develop, and you know that it's affecting their families and their families' families. We had great experiences with the majority of our choices that we had made. And with the vacuums, not such a great experience. They were a little harder to service, didn't have the power we needed. Our guests, when all of the vacuums were full, weren't getting adequate suction. So we ultimately decided to make a decision at our 5th site to change over to VacuTech, which has been absolutely fantastic. And since then, we've never looked back. Going forward, part of I would say our component family is VacuTech. People love them. They tell us that they love the fact that when they go to Fort Apache, their car can be cleaned twice as fast. We love it because the guests aren't spending as much time in the vacuum area, which gives more room for higher volume. And overall, our guests love the power, and the overall experience is great. They're coming there because it's an express wash and it's fast. Their time is important to them. And so when they pull in and they pull the vacuum off and they start vacuuming, and it pulls all the crud out of their carpets, and they're not having to go back over it 50 times, but one pass, it's consistent with the express experience. The volume and the great experience for our guests is what it's all about.